Top 5 best-selling console games. Number 5. Gran Turismo 3, a Spec, PlayStation 2, 11 million copies sold. Gran Turismo 3, a Spec is a racing game, the first in the Gran Turismo series to hit the PlayStation 2. Gran Turismo 2000 was the working name used when demonstrated at E3 2000-2001. Gran Turismo 3 features new elements to the series, such as oil changes. As the distance traveled on the motor oil accumulates, the vehicle engine's performance degrades gradually, until a notice light is lit on the dashboard during gameplay, signaling that an oil change is needed. Number 4. Super Mario 64, Nintendo 64, 11 million copies sold. Super Mario 64 is a top-selling platform game developed by Nintendo Entertainment Analysis and Development and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64. It debuted in Japan on June 23, 1996, in North America on September 29, 1996. Super Mario 64 begins with a letter from Princess Peach inviting Mario to come to her castle for a cake she has baked for him. When he arrives, Mario finds out that Bowser has invaded the castle and imprisoned the princess and her servants within it using the power of 105 of the castle's 120 power stars. Many of the castle's paintings are portals to other realms, in which Bowser's minions keep watch over the stars. Number 3. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, PlayStation 2, 12 million copies sold. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas is a sandbox-style action-adventure computer and video game developed by Rockstar North. It is the third 3D game in the Grand Theft Auto video game franchise and fifth original game overall. Set in 1992, the game revolves around the main character, Carl C.J. Johnson, returning home to Los Santos after learning of his mother's murder. C.J. finds his family and his old gang, the Grove Street families, in disarray. Over the course of the game, CJ gradually unravels the plot behind his mother's murder while re-establishing his gang and exploring his own business ventures. Number 2. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, PlayStation 2, 13 million copies sold. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City is a sandbox-style action-adventure computer and video game designed by Rockstar North and published by Rockstar Games. Vice City draws much of its inspiration from 1980s culture. Set in 1986, the story revolves around Mafia member Tommy Vercetti, who was recently released from prison. After being involved in a drug deal gone wrong, Tommy is forced to seek out those responsible. Throughout the game, Tommy forges out a criminal empire in Vice City, gradually obtaining contacts, running businesses and seizing power from the other criminal organizations present in the city. Number 1. Super Mario Bros. 3, Nintendo Entertainment System, 18 million copies sold. Super Mario Bros. 3 was the last major Mario video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was released on October 23, 1988 in Japan, February 12, 1990 in North America, and August 29, 1991 in Europe. Super Mario Bros. 3 introduces a number of advances to the Super Mario Bros. series, the addition of a map screen, minigames, and many new power-ups, enemies, and level types. The red-haired appearance for Bowser, which would become standard in every subsequent Mario title, was introduced in this game. It also features the first appearance of Bowser's children, the Koopalings. Unlike Super Mario Bros. 2, US version, it remains true to the original Super Mario Bros. gameplay formula, yet it features a great deal more innovation and freshness than Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. It consistently places high on greatest games of all time lists.